Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to put a spotlight on a mobile cryo company that makes house calls. Their incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So cryo is a cool therapy, literally, that has become super hot, pun intended. And in studio today, Mike and Karen Kaighan, they are with Cutting Edge Cryo, Mobile Concierge. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, so first of all, for the people who have not heard of cryo, and I can't imagine who those people are because it's become wildly popular. Mike, let's start with you. What is cryo?
It's cold therapy, helps reduce inflammation, helps reduce swelling, and helps the healing process and the restoration process move quicker.
And you were actually a customer first before you decided to kind of start your own company.
I was. We were in an accident about 5 years ago. And since that point, I've had 8 surgeries. I had 10 before that from athletics and so forth and bad genes. But basically the cutting edge cryo and all of the therapies and restorative therapies helped me to kind of get back on my feet.
Okay, Karen, so whose idea was it? You know, it's one thing to be a customer. It's another thing to be an owner. So whose idea was it to, go, the cold plunge, so to speak?
Right. It was actually Mike's idea. He had been a user of cryotherapy and other modalities to help with his pain relief. And he actually brought me on board. And as a registered nurse, I was a little hesitant at first, knowing the medical model. But what he showed me was there's so many different things you can do with this and how beneficial it can be for not just what happened to him, but me as well. I have different ailments, even from the car accident to just things in life, migraines, headaches, things of that nature. And so it was very beneficial for me to also, start and using the cryotherapy.
Sure. And this has become very mainstream, Mike. I guess if a Cowboy football player got hurt, they're using this as a therapy to heal faster.
They are. And back in the early days, they used to use cold ice tubs and things of that nature to where people would get in after practice and it's gotten a little bit more technologically sound since then. Now most of the training rooms have some type of cryotherapy, but they don't, a lot of them don't have the ability to move it. It's usually a large vehicle for them to stand in, or it's either full body or a head out version. So.
Sure. And I want to point out that you're mobile, so you're on the road a lot, but there is a home base, and we're going to pull up the website so we can talk more about the home base. Why don't you fill us in on that, Mike?
So my partner, Rick Walton, started Cutting Edge Cryo about 7 years ago, and the location's in the Colony. There's 2 other locations, one that's going to be open in Little Elm in about a month, and the second one that's more for aesthetic treatments, and that's a beauty bar location that's located in Prosper. And so that's where I went to the original location, and I probably wore my membership out going 5 to 6 days a week. But once I started, it gave me such relief and such benefits that, all I wanted to do was continue going and share it with other people.
Sure. And I found a video online that we're going to roll right now, and I want you to kind of narrate this because this is what the storefront looks like. So people would come there for a variety of treatments. Is that right, Karen?
Right.
Yes, they would. They offer a variety of different services, including some aesthetics. They also do IV therapy cryotherapy. You can do a sculpting pod. They do cryo slimming. And then, of course, you can also get a facial thrown in there just for some of the beauty side of it. So the Storefront does offer a variety of services. We're just an extension of that.
Sure.
That, of course, we can come to your home with our cold therapy.
Well, and I think that's beautiful because I think we have an epidemic of people on pain pills, and some people are nursing an injury from high school, and they're still medicating themselves. And so you're, in a way, helping people get off of something that could be dangerous.
Yeah, and it's a repetitive cycle. I mean, when I was having surgeries, you go from one surgery to the next and you think that's your only option for relieving pain. And I've turned to more restorative therapies, plant-based medicine, things of that nature that have enabled me not to take any opioids or any pain management pharmaceuticals.
Sure.
That has really been kind of freeing and probably more healthy. So
sure. And there are just literally dozens and dozens of testimonials on YouTube. Let's go ahead and roll one.
Hi guys, I'm Yvette. I want to give you a quick testimony about cutting edge cryo. I came in with a frozen shoulder, could not move. After doing targeted cryo and full body cryo, I had full body range, which was unbelievable. I'm a hygienist. I thought I wasn't going to be able to work again, but you guys need to come and try it. Get your healing, get your target, get your full body cryo, and you'll never be the same.
And I love that because she's saying pretty much what you discovered yourself, right?
Yeah.
And Karen, how do you use the therapy?
I use it when I need it. I have, like I said, the headaches. I also have my back at times just from working out or, being mobile as much as I am. I've used it for when I need it. And it really does start the process of healing a lot faster for me. So it's been very beneficial with decreasing my inflammation and, reducing that headache that I get.
Sure. And inflammation is kind of the root of all evil in the body, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we've got some video that you supplied us, and I want you both to kind of narrate this and tell us what we're looking at as we roll this video.
Sure. So what I'm doing is a treatment. And what I'm doing is I'm starting on the back of the neck. That just cools the body overall. And then that just kind of relaxes the body versus what we see here, which is doing more of a spot treatment on the wrist, for example. Inflammation, it could be carpal tunnel, most likely, where you're using it in a circular motion. This was at a golf tournament. Of course, this is something that we love to do is focus on folks before or after an event with helping them reduce that inflammation or if they've agitated something, right? With our golfers, they tend to have the elbow issue.
Sure.
It could be lower back issue. So we were there doing an event with them. So, it just depends.
Sure.
But with being mobile, we can be anywhere.
All right, tell us about the cost. Is it affordable?
Very.
Yeah.
It's very affordable depending on what you need. We do recommend that you do multiple treatments. You're not just done with one. So depending on what the mass of skin and the area that you're looking at, the size and the scope will depend, and that will affect the cost. But even with that, it's still very minimal.
Well, we have a special treat because you brought a tank with you, and you said, let's give the Crilley team a chance to experience it. And so you did that for several of our employees. Let's go ahead and roll that tape.
So I've got herniated discs in every single one. So, and then when this thaws in a few minutes, I get relief instantly. And so now I have a lot less often of the cricks and the pain in my neck. And oh my gosh.
What's your reaction?
Can I have this just at my house? It's wonderful.
Wow. And I think the surprise on their faces, I mean, it's cold, right? I mean, but it's something that you can, I assume, get accustomed to.
Yes. You are numb for a little bit of time afterwards, but that will eventually go away. And that's when you really feel the effects of the treatment. So even though it's cold outside, this is a much more targeted area that we're focusing on, which, again, makes it a lot more amenable for your pain.
And how would you compare it to the cold plunge? I have several friends who dive in a tub of ice cold water.
Right.
What's the difference?
I do both, but that's because I have a lot of targeted areas to treat. But the end result is what the cryo does out of the machine is it targets the joint specifically, and it penetrates the joint. So where the inflammation resides in the elbow or the knee or the neck or the back, this can do what a cold plunge can do or an ice pack, but it can do it a lot faster and a lot more targeted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, as we wind down the show, I want to give you both a chance to give final thoughts. And if somebody's watching this saying, man, maybe I should check this out, what's the process? They contact you through the website, I'm assuming?
Yes, we actually have a QR code that you can scan.
Oh, awesome.
And we'll put that here on the podcast so everyone has access to that. And it basically alerts us, and then we'll give you a call and get you scheduled.
Outstanding. Mike, final word?
Just the opportunities there to make a better choice to feel better, and so people don't have to live in pain and with inflammation because it's I know from experience it makes the rest of your life harder for sure. So, and
people that live with people in pain, it can be very stressful. Yeah. So and so we recommend you have to take time for yourself as well for any caregiver like that too.
I love it. You guys have been amazing guests. We're going to have you back on again soon. We'll end with the website, which is cuttingedgecryo.com. Yes. Mike and Karen Kaighan, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you,
Jeff. Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.